heading in. It's about a 10 to 15 minute drive. Let me give you a little shot of the surrounding areas that I see every day. Look at that. Now that is exciting. I'm shooting all this on a little handheld camera. Very nice little piece of equipment. 10 something megapixels. I bought it in Japan right from the guys who made them. They were hawking them at the airport. So here we are. This is the parking lot. It's like when you leave, it feels like you're launching your Viper in Battlestar Galactica. This is our building, 5,000, and here's our doors. Let's go on inside, check it out. All right, here we are coming into the office. Here's our reception area. This has got a wide array of all of the interesting things we have done. And there is the GPG gas-powered mascot. This is where I go every day. So this is my office. Now, I was into electronics for a little while, and what the hell? Everything's very precarious. You can't touch anything, or it all comes crumbling down. It's like a 14-year-old kid went crazy. I've got stuff in my office that goes back to the beginning of my career. I started in like May of '88. First game I was put on was Hardball 2, and then I did Triple Play. Now this is one of the first Sega Genesis. Well, it was the first Triple Play, and then the next thing I did was Total Annihilation. That was good. Good. We started gas-powered games. And our first title, Dungeon Siege, and so conveniently right here I have the Peruvian version. You want to see what it looks like where people work? Let's take the camera, and Jeff, why don't you just go in and show people where they work? What are we going to do next? I start with doing things like this. When I brainstorm, I come to the whiteboard. I start with an empty whiteboard, and I start to write concepts down. You come up with the idea when you're walking down the street, and you come up with an idea for a game. And, you know, I start thinking, there's 3 sides to this, and I say, okay, one side's going to be evil, one side's going to be good. Who's the third faction? And you heard the saying, necessity is the mother of invention, and it's absolutely true. You're supposed to be shooting camera 2 as well as camera, otherwise you're just being another camera 1. I'm going to destroy the world. No, no. But not now, there's no time. Blog number 3. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go and... got to do this again. Come back to the shot. I think it's time we met the team. This is Evan. Now, Evan created most of the fictional universe for Supreme Commander. This is the man right here. How's it feel?
Feels pretty good.
If you did a previs, what would you do for the opening shot?
You know, a cinematic kind of opening where we're coming over the water and then framing up on the castle and a title screen and just really getting a sense of the grandeur and the epicness of the world.
You really have to eat your Wheaties. Let's meet Mike Marr. All right, so hey Mike, we're going to interrupt you for a second. Now, Mike Marr was one of the lead designers on Demigod. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Knuckle bump?
Knuckle bump, right there.
He's having a hard. Evan's having a hard time with this blog. What's your biggest challenge right out of the gate?
The biggest challenge is just trying to figure out how is Kings and Castles going to really capture the imagination of our audience and do something completely new and different in the RTS space, and really just when people see it in the box, they can't wait to play the game.
What's the symbolic importance of the sword?
Well, that's for the days that you're just a little cracked out, Chris.
Cracked out? Like one of those real sort of like come to pappy days? Come to pappy. So here we're here with Kevin. Kevin, what are you working on?
I'm building a footman concept.
So he's got armor, he's got a big shield,
yes.
And he looks pretty cool, new style. You know, people don't know that you were the artist who created the original Total Annihilation robot units.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. So we've known each other for what, 13 years?
13 years, hard to believe.
Oh man, it's so long. I touched this and the hat came off. I'm gonna let Matt fix that. Video blog number 3. Good. I look up at myself and I go, oh Lord, what have I done? No! Wow! Yeah! Now, this is our nut machine. It's really important today, with all the germs and things going around, that you don't touch the nuts, and you turn and you get just a few nuts, and you're assured that no other filthy hands have touched your. This video blog is about telling you about the process, but doing it fairly quickly. Concept, pre-production, production, post. This is how we think about the timeline of the game. Right now, it's a lot about creating concept art. We'll move out of pre-production and we'll go into production. How does this really work? Well, it starts with a little stick man. I'm just finishing off that mouthful of nuts. All right, so let's jump right on over to meet Matt Dudley, lead artist. Matt, how you doing today?
Doing great.
So we're going a little deeper now.
Yeah.
We're starting to talk about the actual process.
So the first step is the concept, and the next step is this rough model that sort of details the volumes. Then from there, we'll go and make sure that's all working. We'll make a finished model with finished textures. And even this, we're doing in passes. So we'll get this in, play it in the game, like get the animations on it, see how we like it, and then basically we'll evolve from there.
Well, we'll come back and we're going to visit you again.
All right.
So we'll see you soon. And I have no knuckle bump.
No, okay.
Instead, we're ass bumping. Woo! All right, welcome to the kitchen. This is where we keep all the food. That the key to game development is the almond butter. Okay, hey, we're just happening to be passing by the IT department, so let's meet some of the guys in the IT team. Hey, Greg, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Let's go over here, say hi to Kevin. Kevin!
Hello.
Ever wondered what the server room looks like? Let's go take a look. This is like all the wires. There's 14 terabytes in this. Look at this. Look at these bad boys right here. But this very blog is stored on this server. Think about how weird that is right now. You might ask yourself, am I drunk? No, but I wish I was. This is a tree. Video blog number 5! We're locked out of the building right now. We're outside shooting a video blog in the parking lot. Some people call me a tree hugger. And now we're locked out, so now I have to... What are you eating here? This is obviously very important.
It's a sandwich. It's my lunch.
Gautam is the lead engineer of Kings and Castles, which means he gets to deal with all the intricacies of the code. Mm-hmm. What's some of the big challenges you're confronting on this project?
Big challenges are to get big armies fighting against each other and making that a fun, playable experience. That is ultimately what we do.
Does the hockey man on your desk help?
Oh, absolutely.
How does he help?
Reminds me that you got to skate hard.
Yeah. All right, so let's go sneak up on Chad. Where's Chad? No. I found Chad, the VP of Engineering, and he's in here having a really important meeting talking about some really serious, important stuff. So let's just burst in. Hey guys, how you doing?
All right.
I just wanted to introduce Chad. He's our VP of Engineering, and but this is real life. This is the real unfiltered blog. What do you think the biggest challenges facing us on Kings and Castles?
Well, with Kings and Castles, one of the most interesting problems that we're going to have to solve is melee combat. We've typically done a lot of projectile-based combat, and going into Kings and Castles, we're going to have to figure out a way to make melee combat interesting, where we don't have two armies just clashing at the front line of battle. We want them to interleave themselves and actually have a mingled battle, so we can have a more realistic-looking simulation.
This is the secret storage room of gas-powered games. We've got one, and it's still in the shrink wrap. You never know when you need one, and if you do, it's right here. And technology evolves over the months and over the years. You end up with every video card known to man. Could you throw this out? I can't. At least nobody's telling me I have to throw it out. It's one of the benefits. Blog number 6. I always say, when something leaves the body, something else enters. That's how the creative process works. Well, works like that for me. Let me cut to the chase. Hey, Song.
Yes?
Have you been watching the blogs that we've been making here?
Some?
You sort of been watching them?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like the first one. You getting bitten by the horse.
Ow. I take that as a compliment. What is it that you do? Because normally I introduce, but I'd like to hear it in your words. What exactly do you do here?
I concept, art, model, texture, anything art related.
Do you like what you do?
I do.
Huh. Son is one of our happy associates, apparently. Michelle's bringing me a package. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Chris.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
This is the fun thing about being in this business. You get packages. Getting good here. Oh, this is from the fine folks at Digital River. Man, this is the best. Oh! You know, I think I know what the problem was. I didn't have my antenna up. Somehow that seemed naughtier than it really should have been. Wasn't it? Let's go talk to Paul Zimmer, who's working on some animations.
I am an animator.
And here we have an unfinished run for the king galloping through the battlefield.
The horse movement, from what I understand, is very complex.
It is a little more complex than a human being, considering they have 4 parts of their body touching the ground, whereas we tend to only have 2, and then the rest follows what our feet and hips are doing.
This is the basis for the creative process. Love